Welcome to Metaphysical Soul Speak. I'm your host, Elena Fox Starks. Hey guys, I hope that whenever and wherever you are on planet Earth, when you hear this recording, that if you are still in the Mercury retrograde phase of existence, you are remembering to practice your mindfulness. You are remembering to take a deep breath before speaking, and that you are patient. Please continue between now and August 2nd, which is when Mercury goes direct. Please allow yourself more time for transportation. Give yourself more patience. Give other people more space and grace, as well as yourself. If someone doesn't communicate clearly, don't be angry. Realize that they're having a hard time, same as you. Maybe even more so. Maybe it affects them more. Just moments before I started to record this, I had gotten all the preliminary segments of my show up and everything was all perfect and ready to go. And then I record my 2 sections I record, and then I add them in and blend them all up, edit correctly. Well, I done all that, and then all of a sudden there was a blank screen. Said there was no segments. That's happened before, okay. A little more. This happens during Mercury retrograde. Still not a big deal. I could shut the app down, open it up again. Not a problem. So during those 2 seconds in which there was a blip and then all of a sudden everything came back, there was a recording that I didn't record. And that happened 2 or 3 times. I had to keep deleting it. 3rd time I deleted it, my recording of Michael Sherahan last night all of a sudden duplicated itself like 5 times in my library. It's like, what the heck is going on? So I went ahead and deleted 4 of them because now there's just 1. And what that did was effectively delete the 1 that I used last night for the show. So 20 minutes later, I had to re-edit last night's show, add, the interview with Michael Sherahan back in to the show. It's Mercury retrograde. What are you going to do? Que más pues? What more can you do? It's like, are you serious right now, universe? Like, for real? But this is the time to go slow and be careful. Check and double check and triple check if you're signing contracts at this time. Usually this is a no bueno time. Not a good time to sign contracts. Terrible time to get married or start a relationship. Just saying. If you are a Virgo or a Capricorn or a Gemini, it's possible, very possible, that this is going to affect you quite a bit more and longer until August 9th. I know that for me, being ruled by Mercury, planet of communication, when my communication planet is going backwards, probably not a good idea to get involved with a whole lot right now. But this is a great time for getting back to old projects. This is a great time for getting back into doing research if you'd put it off. Finishing up art projects, it's a great Great time for that. Cleaning your fridge. Great time to clean your fridge. Changing the oil in your car? Yes. Taking a long-ass road trip? Absolutely not. Don't do it. I mean, I had to take a bus. I took a bus twice already during this Mercury retrograde period. And you know what? Both times was smooth. Everything went smooth. I'd already done this before. Already knew what I was doing. For the most part, everything was perfect. In fact, the last bus ride was absolutely amazingly perfect. So, just wanted to remind you, we still are in Mercury retrograde. It's still happening. Communication has been crazy. I mean, like, I had set up that appointment for today, and he called me yesterday. I set my alarm for today. In fact, I was up on time today for it, even though I'd already had the interview with Jim Britt yesterday. Really weird. Just weird. Weird. Both of my phones stopped working at once at the same time. I was trying to talk to somebody on one of my... I think I was talking to a fan, and then my phone started acting up, so I plugged it back in. Maybe I thought I was getting low on battery, and then I went to my other phone, and that one started acting up. You might have to reboot your phones more at this time. Yesterday, when I was doing my show, my phone was at 46%, and I just finished reading, I think, the Schumann Resonant or something, or the Course in Miracles. One of the little sections I do in the introduction, I just finished, and I was still at 46%, and it just shut off. Just shut itself off. It went from 46 to 0 in half a second flat. It's just the kind of stuff that goes on, you know? I saw that there was a warning today. The government is warning that we shouldn't storm Area 51. I guess they're getting nervous. Over 1 million people signed the petition saying that they're definitely going to storm Area 51 on September 20th. They're going to have to get, ready for that, I guess. But that's been in the news. It's crazy, right? A part of me really hopes that 1 million people show up on September 20th and storm Area 51. But a greater part of me hopes that no one shows up. I do not put it past this government to pretty much just slaughter everybody, just to be honest. I would not put it past them. I wouldn't doubt it for a second if I heard that they killed everybody at Area 51 that tried to storm the gates. So, I mean, if you're planning on doing it, you're planning on going, I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to recommend it. But I absolutely do not recommend it. Because I don't trust this government. They don't care about protecting the people. Here it says on CNET, 1 hour ago is reported that 1.7 million people have signed that petition now. They want to raid Area 51 to see the aliens. I mean, the government has plenty of time to get anything and everything out of there. I'm sure by the time you get there, they know we're coming, right? If we're coming, I'm staying in Ecuador, guys. I'm not going to go raid Area 51. I don't want to get shot. Or worse. But I mean, this is like pretty crazy. I mean, the Facebook event is called Storm Area 51. They can't stop all of us. The United States Air Force is strongly advising against this. But now it's 1.7 million people signed up to attend the event in the Nevada desert. Now, those are people that have said yes to the event. 1.3 million have said interested in attending the event. So that's like literally 3 million people. I mean, disclosure cannot come too fast. They should just say, hey, we know this is real. We've been colluding with governments of other planets. They should say that before September 20th. The coordinator, the creator of this event says, we will all meet up at the Area 51 Alien Center tourist attraction and coordinate our entry. If we Naruto run, we can move faster than their bullets. Let's see them aliens. Naruto Run, according to the CNET.com article, refers to the main character in the eponymous Naruto anime as seen below. And it shows, oh my gosh, this is hilarious. Yeah, okay. Shows this guy running in the picture. So that's it. After decades of mystery, they continue, humanity will Naruto run its way to unraveling alien life. And it says, then they think it's not going to happen. They say that the event is fake and that but the memes are real. The memes are real, people. The memes are really funny. So I don't know. I want to know more about this. I want to see footage of it. I think people really are going to do it. I mean, 3 million have said they're interested. 1.7 have committed to going. But, you know, when you throw a party and you invite 30 people, you're lucky if 10 show. It's always a third. Law of thirds when it comes to events and parties and the like. Most of these people probably are out of state or out of country. They're probably going to have to travel. So I would say maybe 10% will show. But 17,000 people showing up to an event like that, it's nothing to sneeze at. I would love to get footage of it. I'd love to see, you know, if you do go, upload your stuff to the cloud. I would use those cameras, the GoPro cameras that have an automatic upload to the cloud, because if you get shot, at least, you know, you'll have that on camera for your family to unravel later in the court case. I mean, I don't know. I hope that no one gets hurt, honestly. I hope that this doesn't really... If this does occur, I hope no one gets hurt. And if it does occur, I hope that, you know, they find what they're looking for. But I mean, I just hope that disclosure happens before this. This is crazy. It's crazy stuff, right? Also, it's the stuff that legends are made from. So, hey. It could be pretty interesting, I think, honestly. So, I don't know. I'll keep you guys posted if more news about that comes to pass. Oh, all right, guys. We are 99 on the Ascension Symptoms Scale today. How did you feel? How are you doing? I know for me, I just mentally foggy, not at all clear-headed, not at all, not even a little bit. When I start to feel clear-headed, I just start to feel very tired. It's like goes back and forth. Bloated, I'm feeling a lot of bloating. I've been asking my higher guidance, and the answers I get is that that's not just me. That other people are having the bloating thing happening. Also the tingling thing with nerves in your nervous system, just tingling throughout your body. At one moment, every nerve in your body is firing in a funny, tingly, feathery, tickly way. And then a few minutes later, you don't feel your body at all. And that's been vacillating for me for a couple days now. I thought maybe it's just me. Maybe I have a bone out of place in my back or something. But no. I asked my higher guidance. And another weird thing is, this is a kind of a strange one. It feels like an anomaly. Every time I look in the mirror, I look like different. A couple times I looked in the mirror. Today I just didn't really recognize myself. I mean, I recognized my 19-year-old self. For about an hour, I looked like I was 19. Then I looked 30, and then I looked 50, and then I went back to looking 30, and then now back, I usually look around 35 normally. I use a lot of coconut oil on my face, and I don't have wrinkles, thank you God, but I looked haggard there for about an hour or two, and I looked extremely young, fresh, and bright for a couple hours. So I think that's that weird morphing of our appearance is part of it. I thought it was just me. Maybe it's my own thing. I don't know. And then my son took a nap this afternoon. He said, I'm going to go see my girlfriend. I'm like, all right. And I came into my room. I don't know. I was looking at something, trying to plan advertising for my podcast. Went back out, and he's not in the living room. And I figured, he already left. Like 3 or 4 hours go by, and his door opens. I'm like, whoa, he's here. And he came in, he's all, hey, Mom. And he looked like he was 12 years old. He's 16, he's almost 17. He's got hair on his face. He's becoming a grown man. And he looked 12 years old, clean shaven, no acne, just fresh-faced little kid. I'm like, what happened? He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, you look so young. And then I looked on Instagram, and a friend of mine who's in his 20s has decided to grow a beard. He's in his 20s, and his beard is as white as Santa Claus's beard, and he didn't dye it. That's just his beard. How the hell's a 20-year-old having a white beard like that? He looks old as frick. He is so old looking. He's like 28 or 29. I just met him like when he was 25, like 3 years ago in Lima. I met him my first week in Lima, Peru. And his beard, like when I met him, his beard was brown. He looks old as hell. I'm like, Father Time, what'd you do with my friend Gonzalo? What the hell happened there? That's not right, man. What happened? So I feel like our appearances are morphing and changing back and forth between all along the line of our timelines. And it's random. It's really weird. I don't know what to make of it. But that's one of the weird things that's been happening. I feel that having earaches and throat aches and sinus aches and slight mild headaches is all part of the new ascension symptoms for the past week or so. Especially when you're not sick at all, feeling an overall general malaise, and you're not sick at all, but you just feel blah. Like you don't want to get out of bed, you don't want to leave the house. It's just, for me, it's been too cold outside to want to leave the last 2 days. In Quito, I couldn't wait to get outside. I was like, oh yeah, I want to go outside and look around. Jump up, and get down. But you know what? I couldn't do that here since I got home. It's been really cold. In fact, our first morning back, we were surrounded in clouds. Like we couldn't even see out of the windows. We were literally inside of a cloud formation. low hanging, not even hanging cloud. It's just a lazy cloud, just laying on the ground, enveloping our building. I don't know. Fred and Ethel Mertz have been happy to see me since we got back. Today I saw them across the alleyway on top of a neighbor's roof, and I'm all, hey guys. Oh, hey, Fred and Ethel. And they both flew over immediately to the window where I was at, helped me make my coffee by watching my every move like they do. And then I fed them some flax seeds, and Fred, of course, high-fived me. I prefer to reframe it as a high five versus an actual attack. Doesn't hurt. His wing is so soft, and he slaps me with his little wing. The pigeon people are very strange, and they're so, so cute, though. I don't know, though. I mean, we're 99 on the Ascension Symptom Scale, man. I could not leave the house. I needed to go, and I just didn't go. I'm like, there's no way. I mean, overall, I feel okay, but I'm tired and achy. Just the achiness, general blah, blase, blah feeling of the achiness in my bones. Like being in pain, you know. That kind of feeling. It just hasn't been 100%. I haven't felt 100% good since I got home. First day I was good, and then the second day I was kind of, but we've been getting hit with wave after wave after wave. I've been having dreams about all the energy coming in. I don't know. You guys having dreams about it? Are you feeling this stuff? Are you having these ascension symptoms? I feel like I have an earache, but I'm not sick. Don't have it. It's like for about an hour I'll have like an earache, a really bad earache. Like, oh man, I might need to see a doctor. Then all of a sudden it's totally fine. Everything's great. Then the sinus headache thing will happen, and then 10 minutes later, totally fine. Everything's great. It's like all these weird energy attunements and adjustments that we're going through. I mean, if you feel like you're genuinely sick and you actually have a fever, I know I don't have a fever. But then I keep going the hot and cold thing. Getting ready to record this show, I put my sweater on and took it off probably 4 times. So bizarre. This stuff is weird to me. It's so, so bizarre. But we're high up on the Ascension Symptom Scale yet one more time. I was kind of relieved, like on the day we had it at 93, I was thinking, well, maybe we aren't done. Maybe we have done everything we need to do. We're here in the 5th dimension already. We don't need the symptoms anymore. We're done. We've upgraded and downloaded and encoded and decoded everything that we needed to. It's all in our DNA. This is a natural process. It's just that it's the very first time this process has ever taken place with humans and on planet Earth. But no such luck. We're still back at 99% out of 100 on the Ascension Symptoms Scale. All right, so Schumann resonance today, 1700 UTC time. So they only did one today. Suddenly I'm getting an itch. Oh, itchy nose. And now it's gone. Maybe that, like feeling like you have allergies, but they're not allergies, suddenly out of nowhere. The bloating thing is really getting to me. Like my legs, my hands, like my whole body is swollen. Like, I don't know. I can't wait for whatever this is to be over. All right. In the last 24 hours, there has been very light activity. Some peaks around 15 hertz occurred between 21 and 23 UTC yesterday, while today between 13 and 14, still not very significant, with a peak at 17 hertz. A peak to... we'll just wait for the truck to go by. A peak to 50 hertz can be seen in the quality chart even if it's of difficult explanation. I don't know what that means. Quality chart. Maybe that means that there's two charts and they read one, but the other one's like a backup reading just in case. So it sounds like in the quality chart, the baseline chart, there was a 50 hertz reading and it wasn't in the other one. What does that mean? That's weird. I have no idea what that means. It does sound very intriguing though, does it not? All right, cool. Oh, before I get to A Course in Miracles, I did want to mention that on my Twitter, I believe, as well as my Instagram, I did post the first group of 2 groups. I will do more, but I did post some creepy pictures of that creepy church. The church built by the devil in one night in Quito. So if you go to @mermaidgirl888, you can easily see it there. You could see how creepy this church is. It's so dark. It was so dark. In spite of all these candles and the lighting, like it was lit, but as dark as it looks in the pictures, that's as dark as it was in real life. I mean, those pictures are accurate. I did not put a filter. Literally, #no filter. No filter on these. Those bones are creepy as F. the skull and bone picture. I mean, I had my girlfriend from San Diego. She wrote to me and she said, I saw what you put on Facebook and I could not even look at those pictures. They were so creepy of that church. I'm like, yeah, the devil built that church in one night. The devil helped a man build it in one night. That's the story. And the devil came back the next day to take the man's soul. He sold his soul to build a church in one night. And he had left off one water spout. So it was not completed in one night. Therefore, he tricked the devil. But all around that church is that evil, evil, evil energy of like demons waiting to like attach themselves or attack people who go inside that church. Happened to my kid and me. We both, between the two of us, we came out with 7 different spirit attachments. First thing we did when we got back to the hostel that night was have Archangel Michael come and derail all the attachments. Cut them apart, cut them off. It's creepy church. But I wanted you guys to see it. I wanted to share it with you. It was such a strange story. I'm going to try to get the other pictures up there later, probably by tomorrow, the second half of those. I still have a cloud picture that a video from last week or 2 weeks ago that I promised to put up and I keep forgetting. And so I do plan on getting that up there again too. So if you want to go, my Twitter as well as my Instagram right now is @mermaidgirl888. I'm trying to get a Metaphysical Soul Speak Instagram account. Then I could put then everything I talk about on the show will be directly on that and it'll be related and branded correctly. But I've been having some snags. I think my son changed my basic one into my Metaphysical Soul Speak @gmail.com, which is, by the way, when you want to write me or ask questions, you may write me there. If you want to be a guest on the show or have ideas for upcoming shows or anything, or if you want to PayPal me a donation, same place, Metaphysical Soul Speak @gmail.com. But I think my son, he tried to change my Instagram account into my Metaphysical Soul Speak account, and he just changed my emails. Now it's like I'm still days away from figuring out all this technical crap. I want to get it done. I want it to be done. I want you guys to be able to go see soulspeakradio.com and see the cloud pictures, which they're not there yet. I haven't done that page yet. Still trying to get my cedula, my identification. I've been doing research today on getting the Social Security, and it looks like they may ask me for 17% of my income, which is ridiculous. Not going to pay $230, each person. I mean, 40% of our income to health insurance we're probably never going to use. It makes no sense. So the erroneous information out there from the gringos has been ridiculous. I guess tomorrow I'm just going to bite the bullet, go downtown, ask them, can I just pay like $25-$30 a month, It just seems to me like that would be super much better. It would be way better. Anyway, lesson 40 today in A Course in Miracles is, I am blessed as a son of God. Again, I am blessed as a son of God. Pretty simple, right? So I'm going to go a little bit, towards the end of the lesson. It says, I am blessed as a son of God. I am happy, peaceful, loving, and contented. Or you could say, I am blessed as a son of God. I am calm, quiet, assured, and confident. So that's pretty cool. You are blessed as a son of God. You're always blessed. You are always a son or daughter of God, And this isn't supposed to be gender specific or gender neutral, but you could say son of God if you feel that's comfortable. Probably you could say daughter of God as well. I am blessed as a son of God. So that's lesson 40. If you want to do the lessons, A Course in Miracles is available for free on many, many apps. Also, acim.org. You could go read the books there for free. It's pretty cool. They kind of screwed up their copyright, so not so cool for them, but cool for the rest of us that it ended up that way. It's kind of exciting that's available and free for everybody. These are lessons we all need, All right. I'm going to take a quick break. You guys have about 2 minutes. If you're commuting, enjoy the commercials. Please let them play. If not, if you're home listening to this, you got 2 minutes to run to the bathroom and grab a notebook and a pen and maybe a cup of tea. Oh, I think I'm going to go get myself a cup of tea right now. But I'm going to teach you guys tonight how to assemble and build in the ethereal realms from people who have already passed away, how to assemble and build your spiritual career team. These are the people that are going to be with you and help you in all aspects of your working and financial life, from having a job, a career, or a business that you want to build. If you want to build an empire from the ground up, well, maybe your spiritual career team will teach you how to do it, and I'm going to teach you how to build this, what they'll do for you, and how to connect with them, and all that good stuff right after these messages. If you're listening to this, you obviously like podcasts, and you probably like music too. Long walks on the beach, romantic dancing under the stars, and oh wait, we're not doing that right now. On Spotify, you can listen to all of that in one place for free, and you don't even need a premium account, which is cool. Free is always good. Spotify has a huge catalog of podcasts on every topic, including the one you're listening to right now. On Spotify, you can follow your favorite podcasts so you never miss an episode. download episodes to listen to offline wherever you are, including your long romantic walks on the beach. Also, one thing I love about Spotify is that you can easily share what you're listening to with your friends via Spotify's integrations with the social platforms like Instagram. So that makes it really, really versatile. Just search for Metaphysical Soul Speak on the Spotify app or browse podcasts in the Your Library tab. And follow me, of course, don't forget, so that you'll never again miss an episode of Metaphysical Soul Speak. Spotify is the world's leading music streaming service, and now it can be your go-to for podcasts too. Thank you guys so much for supporting Metaphysical Soul Speak on Spotify. Chances are you've heard of CBD oil, but maybe you're a little afraid it might make you a little high or super drowsy. Possibly you're not going to pass mandatory drug testing at work. Am I right? Well, I found an amazing company. I'm including the link in this episode's description. Okay. This is derived from only the hemp plant. It does not contain THC, which is the factor in marijuana that makes you high. This CBD oil has been known to reverse aging, help you through weight loss issues. You will literally lose weight on our products if you want. Also reverses hair loss. It also helps you with things like insomnia, anxiety, pain in your muscles and joints, and it gives you benefits throughout your body with its high quality antioxidants. We even have a vape. Would you like to try the blueberry cheesecake? I know I would. I mean, there's so much danger with vaping these days, but not when it is only CBD oil. That's right. You could vape not only anytime you want, because it's not going to make you high, but it's also going to be healthy for you. How's that? Pretty cool, right? Well, go ahead and look in my episode description for my link. And, well, start using your CBD oil today. If you're interested in the business end of it, it's absolutely free to join. It's absolutely free every month, actually. I have never seen a business like this in all my life. So you can start, well, using your CBD oil, and you can start a brand new side hustle for yourself. Hey, as in, hey, Yoga Shaman approves of this message. I love you guys, and well, here's to your health. How to assemble your spiritual career team. Now, this is different than your spiritual team and your spiritual medical team. And I've already done those episodes on those topics. We still have more to go on these team building ideas. I got my original idea to do this from Michelle Small Right. Her name is spelled like Michelle, but it's Meamee, Michelle Small -Right, WRIGHT. She wrote a book called The Co-Creative Process of the Great White Brotherhood, maybe. Oh my God, now I can't remember the name. But she also wrote The Paralandra Garden. If you find The Paralandra Garden, you'll find the other book she wrote on, and I highly recommend anything by her. She is very thorough in her knowledge and experience. And she's inspirational to me. But she only talked about this from the medical team standpoint. And a few years back, my higher guidance said, well, you don't need to build a team for medical reasons only, health reasons. You could build a medical team. You could build a spiritual team for anything. And so I did build my spiritual team up, and I was working with my spiritual team for close to 2 years. And then I got a hold of this book called The Ascension Perspective. And I also did a show on that. In fact, I had bought the book last May. It's, we had a writing conference, the Cuenca International Writers Conference last May. And we, all the people here locally sell their books to other writers, basically, and other expatriates, because it's hard for us to find books in English here in Ecuador. There's like 25,000 people living in Cuenca from the United States. So, we formed our own writers group, and I didn't form it. I showed up way late, years later after they formed it. But I bought this book, The Ascension Perspective, and then I just randomly ended up going to this man who does brainwave optimization, who just so happened to be the author of that book. And in that book, it says you need to have a spiritual team. And I thought that's weird, because I've been working with my team for a few years, and I got the same guidance that he got, that he and his wife, Charlie, got. So, and that's Dr. Kelly Bennett and his wife. So, very weird. So the idea of having a spiritual team, it's been with me for a while. And today I was thinking about all the things I need to build my podcast up so that I could keep it going and I could continue to support myself, or so I eventually can support myself with the podcast and keep going and be able to live in Ecuador and whatever. And I thought, oh, duh, why don't I have my spiritual career team? So it only took me a matter of moments to build mine. It'll take a matter of moments for you to build yours. And I'm going to tell you, why would you want one? What is it? How many people are allowed to be on it? How do you call upon your team? How do you utilize it? What is it good for? What do you use a spiritual team for? And why do we keep saying spiritual if it's career? So we're going to start answering those questions right now. All right. I say spiritual career team because these are going to be your people in the other realms. People who have gone before us and have been high up on the rung or ladder of where you want to be now, but they've already passed away. They've already gone from this world to heaven, and now they're like basically at the pinnacle of the mountain, reaching down, gonna grab your hand and pull you up the mountain too. These are people that know what you need to know, basically. So you can assemble your spiritual career team first by connecting to your higher guidance. You say, I'd like to connect to God. I'd like to connect to my spiritual master. I'd like to connect to my higher self. I'd like to connect to my holy guardian angel. I'd like to connect to my spirit guide or my spiritual guides. Say, okay, guys, I need to build a spiritual career team. Can you help me with that? And you could do muscle testing. Usually the answer is going to be yes, 99% of the time. And I mean, if the answer is no, then that means you're not supposed to be worried about a career right now. You have something else to do. But most people are going to get a yes with the muscle testing or with the dowsing of the pendulum or whatever. So basically, your spiritual career team, I say spiritual because they're disembodied, they're disincarnate, they're not physically in a body, so you don't have to pay them physical money. Hey, you see that little advantage already? There's a little loophole. You could get their knowledge and expertise and their help without having to pay them any money. Well, that's pretty cool. And when you're in the seventh dimension, the heaven of earth, which is now actually, I think they're in the ninth. I think as we moved up, I think they moved up as well, because as below, so above, as above, so below. I think they're in the ninth dimension now, and they're able to, so if I have, oh goodness, I see his name right now. Oh yeah, Napoleon Hill. If I have Napoleon Hill on my team, does that mean that he can't be on your team? No, of course not. He could be on everybody's team on Earth if he wants. People just need to ask him, hey, Napoleon Hill, you be on my team? Were you already on my team? Yeah, he says, I was already on your team. Yes, baby. My people know who they are. I assembled my team today, and I asked how many people are on my team. I don't even know all their names yet. I mean, I just did this today. And I have 55 people on my team. Is there any limit? No, there's no limit. The sky's the limit. I mean, you don't want to, put, I love him with all my heart, but you don't want St. Francis to be on your career team because he shunned money. So you have to be wise about who goes on your team. But what I did is, again, another loophole. I asked my higher self and God and my spiritual guide to assemble the team for me. And then I asked people in heaven who wants to be on my team, and all these people raised their hand. I could see them in my mind's eye, not actually with my physical eye or my other eye. When my eyes, I asked, and I have 55 people on my team. Boom, just like that. You have to name your team. If you don't know what to name them, you have to ask them what to name them, and it will come to you. My other teams are named after flowers, but this one, they said, we are your MIT. Your metaphysical integrity team. Because we're working on Metaphysical Soul Speak. That's my podcast, and obviously you're listening to it. I want to promote my podcast. I want to build my empire will be built from my podcast on up. This is my ground base, right? So you have to come up with what is your career going to be. Is it going to be to just get a job? Do you need your team to get a job? You might not need 55 people. You might just need 10 people. But if you ask them to come to you, we'll see how many you get. I used muscle testing to see how many I got, and I got 55 people. So that means that some people upstairs have been listening to me, and I know Art Bell's on my team. 100% Art Bell's on my team. He came, he's one of the first people forward. He's like, I'm on your team. Team Build Metaphysical Soul Speak. So your spiritual career team could be utilized to help you to get a job, or to build a career, or to find the absolute best university to go to school for your career that you're going to have eventually. Or if you want to be a business owner or entrepreneur, they could be helpful in those ways as well. You have to build up your telepathy. You have to build up your ability to speak to them telepathically. And you're also going to have to open your mind to allowing them to speak to you through radio and television shows. Like if you're suddenly attracted to something, and like a movie that you never attracted to watching, watch it because they're probably giving you a message directly through the action, the dialogue, some of the ideas coming through. Ask them to talk to you through other people. People walk right up to you and they'll start talking to you about what you need to do. It's weird. When you start working with these spiritual teams, it's really, really, really strange. When I first got angioedema, my friend told me to start watching Scrubs. It had nothing to do with the fact that I had angioedema, but he's like, oh, this show, it's not a show. I don't normally like comedy, but you got to see Scrubs. Scrubs is the best. This is many years ago, like 10 years ago. And he's like, yeah, you're going to love it. I'm like, all right. Well, I ended up getting Netflix. Netflix was new back then. All right, fine, break down. Break down and buy Netflix. Let's see how good this thing is. If it's not good after a month, I'll cancel it. I've had Netflix ever since. But I started watching Scrubs, and I was having particular problems with my angioedema, and there was a patient on the show with that condition, and they said a few things about it, and I didn't know that if it gets to your throat, you can die. So you have to be careful. And I'd had many days with swollen throat and swollen face. So I was able to research my condition more, and I feel like my spiritual medical team helped lead me to that through my friend who said, hey, watch this show. You're going to love it. It's great. So there's a lot of stuff that your spiritual teams can do for you. Now, your spiritual career team, basically, what are they there for? What will they be there for? Okay, so whether or not you're just trying to get a job right now at the moment, or a side hustle going, or an extra job, or whatever it is that business, career, finance, job-wise you want to do, work-wise, whatever it is that you want to do, how will your team help you? How will they give you an advantage that you didn't have before? Okay, so you can ask them for advice. You can ask them to help you. If you don't know where to look to get a job, like say you're just looking for a job. I need quick cash. I need a job. I need to pay a fine, or Christmas is coming, or whatever it is. You could ask them, hey, I need help. And probably a bus will pull in front of you with a Monster.com ad. And you could, oh yeah, right, forgot about that. Maybe I could look for a job there. My job's waiting for me online there. Or you'll be walking through the grocery store and someone will start talking about how she found a great job on Craigslist. Or someone will say, mention an app. You'll turn on the radio, someone will say some app, help me get a job. So if you ask them, they're going to start talking to you through signs and symbols, but also through other people, through radio, through the TV, through movies, through conversations that you overhear, through friends. If you allow it and you open your mind and your heart to it, it's just going to flow like water. So you can ask them for advice, and if your third eye is not open, remember, touch your forehead with your eyes closed and say, Ki Asha, Ki Asha, Ki Asha. And then you open your eyes. You're going to feel, I feel it right now, a pulsating sensation in your third eye. That will help you to have foresight and forevision, not four eyes. You will see the future, or you will see yourself in a job that they will help you through telepathy, through visions, through dreams. Ask them to help you through dreams. So you can ask them any advice you want about any part of the process. Ask them for help. Ask them for connections. Ask them to bring to you synchronicities that will help you get ahead in your chosen form of work. Ask them to bring you a marketing guru. Ask you to ask them to bring you social media influencers. You could ask your team for absolutely anything. The worst that can happen is nothing. But nothing's going to happen if you don't ask. So now, say your needs are, an example, you need a dream job. You know, you have your dream job is in your mind. You know exactly what you want. You're qualified for it. You've got the education. Maybe you need help with your resume. Ask them to bring somebody who does resumes. Ask them to bring information on the internet. There's a couple services online. You can look up resumes and you just pop the information in and they'll do the fonts and they'll do the formatting, and you can send it to directly when you're done. You pay for it, like, I don't know, $5 to $20 depending. And they will send it immediately to the most local Kinko's or FedEx Kinko's near you. And all you need to do is, for an extra $5, they'll deliver it to your house, like within 2 hours. I've done this, not with a resume, but with something else. I've had stuff literally sent to Kinko's and ordered them to bring it to me. Instead of paying $20 for a taxi, for $5 they'll deliver it. Did you know they do that? Do you know that that's a thing? At least in Detroit it was a thing. But you can ask your team and they will bring you to the best resume site. They will bring you to the best, resume book online. Going to Barnes & Noble or wherever, like go to your local bookstore or library. They'll bring you to the right book. You can ask your team to bring you to the book. Like, what if you don't know what you want to do? They'll probably drop what color is your parachute on your foot. And then you have to read what color is your parachute to figure out what is your special flavor. What are you going to bring to the world with your skills and abilities and knowledge and interest? Because you always want to get an interesting job or have an interesting career. You have to do something interesting with your life. Otherwise, it's not going to hold you, So what if you are needing interview help or fashion help? Say you know everything you need to know. You know how to shake hands and look the person in the eye, but you are a complete wreck when it comes to fashion. I'm kind of a fashion wreck myself, so if that's you, you're not alone. I mean, just a few days ago, I did tell you guys a highly embarrassing story in which my stomach got so bloated from some horrible chips that I ate that over the course of the day, my stomach kept expanding and expanding from a swollen colon, which is really weird. So this something just never happens to me. And my pants just freaking flew right open right in front of a family of tourists with little kids. I mean, literally, if anyone is a fashion faux pas waiting to happen, it's me. So don't worry. If that's you, you don't have, the whole fashion thing, don't worry about it. But what if you have all that down and everything's fine, but you need a confidence booster? Your spiritual career team, they're going to be there to help you boost your confidence. They're going to help you. What if you have a hard time asking for money or asking for how much money you want to make? They're going to help you with all of that. They will guide you to everywhere you need to be 100% successful. They will even give you ideas where to find the perfect job, whether it's online or through friends. You can ask them, and if you're not good at telepathy yet, just allow the answers to come. You might be in the shower. Some of your best ideas are definitely going to come in the shower. I don't know why. I think your body is relaxed. The water's sliding over your body. You're kind of focused on the soap and not slipping and hitting your head. Well, at least that's me. I'm too neurotic. I'm always like, oh man, I better be careful. I don't want to slip and fall in the shower. That's like so cliche. The I'm fallen and can't get up thing. It's so cliche and I'm so scared of that. So not really, but it's always like kind of there in the back of my mind as a Virgo, like, oh, I got to make sure I do this exactly perfect and that exactly perfect. And It's just, I drive myself crazy. But some of your best ideas are going to come through in the shower. So you can ask your spiritual team, connect with them, do the muscle testing, make sure you're connected with them. We're going to go over that in a little bit, how to do all that. But then you ask them a question, and if you don't get the answer right away, nothing pops into your head, go take a shower. Go take a nap. They will pop that into your head while you're dreaming. Ideas will just, boom, come right to your head. You know, did you guys see The Secret? The movie The Secret from a lot of years ago? Remember, the guy that wrote The Chicken Soup for the Soul, he was trying to figure out how to market his book. What's he going to do to market his book? And he went and took a shower, forgot about it, couldn't think of anything. He went to the shower, and all of a sudden it popped into his head. Boom! You're gonna get an interview with the National Enquirer. And then he went off on the tangent of, well, where the hell am I going to find someone that writes for the National Enquirer? That's weird. And like a week later, he's at a conference, and bada boom, bada bing, when he's not thinking about it, he met somebody who worked for, you guessed it, the National Enquirer. And at that time, they had 10 million readers, or 100 million readers, something like that. Their readership is down to like 2 or 3 million now. It's not very much. I just checked it the other day, like a few months ago, actually. I was just like, I wonder. Maybe I could get them to do an article on Metaphysical Soul Speak. Maybe. You never know. So basically, they will pop an idea into your head any way they can. If you are a tough nut to crack and your telepathy is not up to standard, don't worry about it. Don't worry. They're going to help you with everything. They're going to find a way. And people will become earth angels for you as they guide you on the path that your spiritual career team has set out for you. So what you need to do if it's not just about a job and this is about your career, you ask them to guide you on your right path. If you are confused, ask your spirit guide to help you with your, career team. If you're confused about where you need to go or people, places, circumstances that you need, you don't know what you need exactly, ask them. Ask them to guide you to all of the correct people, places, circumstances. They will put you on your highest path to success. Sometimes in these regards, you could be your own worst enemy, You might get scared or and act out of fear. Stalking an agent because you're an actor and you want to get a good job, that's not going to work out. But if you ask your spiritual career team, then maybe the agent will come to you. Maybe that agent will be in front of you in line at Starbucks, and maybe she might be 30 cents short and you just happen to have 50 cents in your pocket. And, here, by the way, here's my card, she'll say. And she might be the agent you were looking for all along. Your spiritual career team, they'll be able to do this for you. More so than if you had a ground team, an earth team, someone incarnate. Because they can manipulate things and pull strings for you that you didn't even know existed because you can't see them. So they will help yourself and they will help others so that everybody will come together with the most high vibration and integrity. So not only will they help you get where you need to be, they will help the people that need you by putting you in their path. You see? You probably didn't think that there's two sides to this equation, but there are. And your spiritual career team are going to be able to see all the angles that you can't see. They see the matrix for what it is, and they see how things line up. more so than you do. This is why we need our spiritual career teams. And again, this could be for a business and entrepreneurship. This could be, you can call them your spiritual entrepreneur team, because then you'll be set. I get it. S-E-T, spiritual entrepreneur team, S-E-T. You'll be set with your spiritual entrepreneur team. Or you can call them your spiritual business team, whatever you want, whatever you're going for. Spiritual job team even. I just call it spiritual career team because that kind of covers everything, right? So as far as your business, if you have a business, your spiritual career team or your spiritual business team can help you with your marketing. They will help you with your traffic flow to your office or to your restaurant or your location where you're doing business. If you have a dog food store, maybe they'll direct the dogs to you. Maybe the dogs will lead, their noses will lead the way to their owners buying your dog food, right? So you will want to ask your spiritual career team to help you with your creating your website or bringing you to the correct webmaster. They will help you to encrypt your site with the highest quality. They'll bring you to the correct deal. I mean, maybe there's a security system that you need in place on your website that's $100, but maybe they'll bring you a coupon that's 35% off. Seriously, you could ask your spiritual career team for anything. The worst that can happen is nothing. But you can ask them for traffic flow, marketing, webmaster, advertising venues. And you ask for the right team to come and help you to help your business grow, and also to help you make the right investments for your business. Because as you start to make a profit, you're going to want to put 10% into investing, right? Percentage goes back into the business and a percentage goes back into investing. Percentage goes to you and any employees, as well as overhead costs, right? So they will help you find the right location, the right part of the city or town you live in. They will help you name your website. They'll give you the ideas for that. If you want to have a website, they will guide you in the way that you need. For every aspect of your business, you only need to ask. All right, so see, I have one more page of notes right here. One more page of notes. Now, what if you have all the business stuff down, but you're still having some emotional stuff? Well, guess what? These people are spiritual. They've been there too. They were alive once. They've all been in business before in your chosen profession. Okay? So they will help you clear your mind. They will help clear your emotions, all of your blocks, emotional and mental blocks. They will help create a aura of positivity and a positive mindset. They will help cleanse your aura for you, whatever you need. Because again, they're spiritual career team. I mean, if you build a physical ground crew around you and you have 5 or 6 people, if you ask, hey, Billy, can you come over here and, clear out my chakras and my aura? He's going to look at you and probably tell you to go after yourself, right? That's not what he was hired for. He was hired to collate your copies. But because they're a spiritual career team, they can do all of the stuff, all the spiritual stuff and the healing part and the emotional part, all the components that you need to pull yourself together, to put yourself in play so that you could play the game at whatever your business or career, profession, or work choice is. Now, if you need someone like a writer to come and write articles for you, or you need a ghost writer to write a book and you put yourself out there with your book, to give yourself a little bit of an authoritative advantage, they're going to bring you the right article writer. They're going to bring you the correct person. They will put the customers in your path, to bring the right people in your path to help you grow and expand in every possible way that you need to. You can even ask your spiritual career team to magnetize your spine to attract all of the people that you need. I've already asked mine to do it. It's like, hey, please guys, magnetize my spine so that I attract all the listeners I need. All the people I'm going to be able to help, bring them to me. Let them listen to this podcast. So mote it be. So be it. Amen. So, if you are in the path of having a really good career, maybe you need a speaking engagement. I have a fun fact. My friend who was working as a counselor he's doing addiction counseling. And then he decided to become an ordained minister and have his own congregation. And he was on his path to doing that. He was trying to figure it out. And randomly, completely out of the blue, and he was starting to go into public speaking, a little bit here and a little bit there. I think he was attending meetings of the Toastmasters International, which I highly recommend if you don't know how to speak or you're scared, but you feel like that might be a component of your business. You have to get involved with them. They're great fun, actually. They always meet super early in the morning. I mean, you'll be asleep halfway through, and by the time you wake up, it'll be over. Okay, I'm not a morning person, so if you're a morning person, maybe just disregard that. But Toastmasters International, they have chapters all over the world, actually, I believe, so you can learn about the different parts of speech and the different kinds of communication in public speaking. That could be a great deal of money, actually. But my friend was a part of, I think he was a part of that. I don't know. He didn't tell me how this came about, but in his hypnotherapy practice, he's also a hypnotherapist as well as an addiction counselor and ordained minister. He and I have a lot of, I kind of influenced him a lot. He was jealous that I was a hypnotherapist, so now he's a hypnotherapist. But then he went on to be an addiction counselor, and he helped hundreds of people. So I didn't do that, and I'm grateful that I influenced him only so far. But then his spiritual team took over and pushed him in a different direction, and that's where he needed to be at the moment. But anyway, he gets this random phone call one day, and it's the mayor of Los Angeles. It's his office saying, we need a public speaker, and we heard that you're really good. So we want you to come and speak and introduce the mayor at this massive benefit. And he's like, sure, that'd be great. I'd love to. Just give me the day and time. I'll be there. He hung up the phone and he's like, oh my God. He had been asking his higher guidance. He had been asking God. And because of all that, one thing led to another. And now he has his own congregation and he's in a New Thought church. He's a metaphysical ordained minister. Another thing that he got from me, because that's what he was jealous that I had my Doctor of Divinity degree and that I'm an ordained minister. So he had to do the same thing as me. But now he has his own church. Another thing I didn't do, and I'm proud, I'm glad I influenced him only so far, but then his spiritual guidance took over and he's where he needs to be. It's really cool. In fact, now I have a public speaking engagement as a standing order. Anytime I go to Los Angeles, I've got this church to talk to. It's pretty cool. Love that. Love that. But so when you ask your spiritual career team, hey, I need to be at the right place, the right time, send me all the right people, you might end up being the one to introduce the mayor at the next big event. You never know. You might be the one throwing out the basketball at the next Lakers game. You might be the one called upon to sing the national anthem. You never know. You never know where this is going to lead you. So I highly recommend getting your spiritual career team in order now. So here's another example. What if you're in the music industry and you need help? you want to get somewhere with your career and you're really good. You've done your homework. You already know how to play the guitar. You're actually a pretty decent singer and you look like a rock star. Now what? Maybe you need to be introduced to one of the top executives and you're going to meet the top execs at lunch because maybe they just so happen to be friends with your best friend who grew up with them. You never know. You never know what weird connections are going to come out of this, okay? It could be a friend of a friend, that knows the exact person you need. And you're not going to even know that until your spiritual team helps you with, the connections. So they can lead you to new opportunities. They can help you to further yourself while also furthering the careers of others around you, because they're not going to put you in a non-integrity way. They're going to put you in a way always of integrity. So here's another example. What if you're a writer and you need money and you don't really know what to do, but now someone needs a ghostwriter and now this is going to pay your mortgage for the next 6 months? It's a pretty cool idea, right? Maybe you're going to find a regular blog that they need a guest writer to come and fill in. Maybe someone's going on maternity leave and they have a regular blog, but they can't do that and have a baby. So now you've got to be the guest blogger for the next year. Now you've got a job, because of your spiritual team. So, even if you are maybe you're a nonfiction writer, maybe you'll end up being, a top writer at a financial firm, or, maybe a director will be put in your path when you write screenplays. That happened to me. Nothing came of it, but I told you guys that story last week when I was getting on the plane going to Colombia. This guy he was impatient, didn't want to stand in line behind 100 people. And he comes running, this gorgeous man. He comes running up to me and he threw his arms around me and he kissed my cheek and he says, "Hey babe, sorry I'm late." I'm like, "Oh, that's no problem, babe." And I just looked at him like, "Who the frick are you?" And he just kind of looked at me and he's like, please let me cut in line in front of you. He kind of whispered in my ear, it was like a sweet nothing romantic sort of way he was leaning into me. And I was like, what the hell is your problem, dude? I'm like, sure, I don't give a rat's ass. Come on, just stand next to me. It's fine. And then he introduced me, handed me his card, and he is a director of movies. And I'm a screenwriter. I was just like, whoa. The universe will put people in your path when you ask. And you have a whole team on your side and you ask them every day. Oh my God, things are going to be hopping. You are going to go so far, so much farther than if you did not do this. So I had another example. What if you are a tattoo artist and you have, you know what you're doing. You've already gone to the school. You already have your license. They can help you find your location for your best clientele. They will help you find the best inks and the best deal on the best inks. They will even help you in any profession to get your angel investors on board, your venture capitalists. Yeah, they'll help you get your money together. They will put you in the way of someone who knows someone who knows someone, and bada boom, bada bing. Everything's together. You put in a deal together. If you have the right spiritual team working with you, they will lead you to the right ground crew working with you. You could put some massive deals together in just a matter of a week or two and turn a profit. Especially if you're in the United States. It's so much easier there to do that than in other countries. But they'll help you find your location where you need to be, location where you need to advertise, what you need to do. They'll even help you find your furniture, the most comfortable furniture for the highest level of integrity for the place. If you have a barber shop that you're going to open up and say it's going to be we're going to be the barber shop that also serves lattes and has karaoke or has a barbershop quartet. Maybe we have the Jazz Street barbershop, and they're going to help you find the furniture. You don't want old ass used furniture. You want high quality stuff. They'll help you get it. You know, they'll help you with your clientele. They'll help you put together a business idea that no one has ever done before, that people will flock to, that they will not believe their eyes and ears. Like on the show I was watching the other day, this guy, just one line in the show, they didn't show it, but it was like, they said, yeah, there's a boxing club and tequila bar as a combination for men only. Well, that's hilarious. It was just like a quick one-liner or two-liner in this show. You, Me, and Her, which is a hilarious show, but a really strange show. But it's about a throuple, a couple who fell in love with a woman, and she fell in love with them, and they all decided to be a couple together. So a throuple, 3 people and a couple. and then to see the people Portland weird out over it, it's hilarious. Anyway, but they had, just in the last couple episodes I watched, they had several weird, really bizarre bar. Like there's a Pinot Grigio bar, you know, like stuff like that. Like there's a lot of weird niche markets out there that you don't know exists even, and that you don't even know you want to do or that you can do. Maybe until you talk to your spiritual team about it, and they're going to give you ideas where you can be like, oh my God. Well, if you had a coffee house where there's goldfish on every table, and it's a coffee house that helps you calm down while also energizing on the caffeine. No one's ever done that one before. Although there's owl cafes and lizard cafes and cat cafes. I think there's even puppy cafes in Japan. But no one's ever done a goldfish one yet. Why not? Why haven't they? That would be like the easiest animal to take care of, actually. Pretty interesting, right? So your spiritual team will help you find the right books to research what you need to do, the right websites, the right people, the right circumstances. They will give you everything and exactly what you need to become a rousing and smashing success. So they will even help you get the right car. If you're a real estate agent, you have to have the right car, because you're going to drive people around all day long. They'll find you the right car that's going to last you a long time, also impress your clients, so they're going to want to go with you. They're going to want to buy whatever it is you're selling. They will help you connect to people like TV station owners that will want to advertise your business or maybe give you a discount on an ad. They will do everything in their power to help you make a good impression. So once you have contacted, like I said before, this is how you start. I'd like to be connected to the prime creator of the universe, or God, whatever your name is. You can say Yahweh or Jah, doesn't matter, whatever you're most comfortable with. I'd like to be connected with my higher self, like to be connected with my holy guardian angel, like to be connected with my spirit guide or my spiritual guides, like to be connected to my spiritual master. And once you're connected to these people, you say, okay, look, I need help getting together a spiritual career team. Please help me put that together. And it might only be 5 minutes, and they're going to be like, well, done. We got your team. You can add people later. If Napoleon Hill isn't on your original team, say, hey, Napoleon Hill, I'm a positive speaker. I try to help people with positivity and spirituality, and so did you when you were alive. So can you help me and be on my team? And he's going to say, sure, not a problem, because you know what? He can do that. So once you put your spiritual team together, now what do you do? On a day-to-day basis, when you're going to ask them for advice, you make up the name. Say your team is we'll say Fern Lily. Or Figga Lily. We'll say Figga Lily. Okay, Team Figga Lily, I'd like to be connected to you. Boom. That's it. Then you ask them what you want. So say your team is called Team Figga Lily. You say, Team Figga Lily, I'd like to be connected to you. And you want to make sure. So you say, am I connected to Team Figga Lily? And you do muscle testing with your fingers or your arm. Your fingers or your arm or your pendulum. Or your L rods if you dowse with L rods. And then once you get the confirmation, say, great. Make sure you also connect with your holy guardian angel, your spiritual guide, God, and your higher self. Then that's how you do it. Then you say, okay, today I want to work on finding Instagram influencers. Can you please help me with that? And then you get a yes or no, which obviously you're going to get a yes. They're definitely going to help you. Say, okay, guide my hand, and what's the first word I need to look up? And then you start looking, and they're going to lead you to it. You know, like today, this was even before I had started my team. Today, I was looking up Instagram influencers. I'm researching this because I want to reach people through Instagram to tell more people, spread the word about my podcast. And when I first started this, I was getting people with 30,000 names, 20,000 names, 50,000 names, 100,000 names. And today, I said to God, my higher guidance, this before I had my team, and I said, hey, I would like to have a minimum of 10 million people. Like, I had researched this, and I had 4 pages of names that amounted to just under 3 million people. And today, I wrote down 10 different influencers with a combined total of 11 million people. Because I said I wanted more people now. At first, the 20,000, 30,000 people, those were impressive to me because I'd never seen that before. Wow, there's that many people interested in spirituality? Wow. And now today, the law of attraction, The Secret, the people who put out The Secret book, Rhonda Burns, she has 2.5 million followers on Instagram. And I never would have thought about that if I didn't ask my higher guidance first. You know, lead me to the ones that, so the ones I felt like a pull to, an attraction to, I clicked them on. Oh my gosh, it's more than 100,000 people. It's like 1 million. 900,000, 800,000, 600,000 people. And that's even before I connected with my team today. So now I'm connected to my team, my MIT, baby, my metaphysical integrity team. And now they're going to help me. I just feel it. I feel it. And I know it's going to happen. And for whatever you are in for in your life, as far as career, finances, work, job, business, or side hustle, I have a feeling that your team's going to help you in every possible way. Yeah, I happened to mention years ago to someone that I was going to open up some kind of a spiritual retreat center here in Ecuador in some point, probably after the age of 55 when I'm ready to actually settle down. I might not even be ready then, but he said, well, let me know when you're ready because I have people that'll buy the land for you. They'll put it in your name. You just give them, 10% of the money. They're millionaires and they're old and they don't know what else to do with their money. I'm like, really? And this guy, my friend's like, sure, just let me know. He's like, yeah, I got like 3 or 4 people like that, like millionaires, multimillionaires, billionaires. If they have the money, they'll just give me the money. Venture capitalist, boom. So when I'm ready to put a deal together, I think I still have this resource available. But if I don't, I know that my spiritual team will help me. So, so they're going to help you. You have to have trust and confidence in this, and you ask them. So you say you want to connect to them. When you're done, disconnect them. Just say, hey, I'd like to disconnect from my spiritual career team right now, and I'll talk to you guys later. Figure Lily, thank you. Don't forget to say thank you. All they need from you is your love, your attention. Basically, they'll help you. You help them. Just give them love. That's it. Pray for them. Just keep praying for them and give them your love. That's all they need. They don't need money. You don't have to feed them. Anyway, I hope that this helps. I hope this was an interesting. I know it's all unique programming. I've never told this information to anyone. There is nothing out there like this. I'm sure of it. And if there is, I don't know about it. So I came up from this out of my own head. And my spiritual guidance team told me, my actual spiritual team told me about this. And so, Now I've got my spiritual career team. Maybe they'll tell me about the next one. Someday I'm going to talk to you guys about your spiritual mental health team. That one might open up a whole can of worms, though. So I've got to really, when we're ready for it, then I'll bring that one out. Anyway, I love each and every one of you. I want to thank you for being my listener. Thank you for liking, subscribing, whatever. Favoriting, I think it's called. When it comes to podcasts, I think it's called favoriting. And thank you in advance for sharing this with everybody you know who also is of the spiritual mindset. I'm really trying to get the word out now. I am full steam ahead on this because 6 months from now, I want to be able to support myself with this. And I also want to make enough money to get studio time so that I can start making you guys some goodies and gifts. So I'm definitely going to, definitely going to try to put out meditations and creative visualizations and hypnosis. And eventually I'm going to get my Patreon together. And if you subscribe to that, when that comes around, you're going to have exclusive things that you did not have access to before. Also, I need to start publishing my books. I'm going to start doing Metaphysical Soul Speak, the transcripts. I've been thinking about this one a lot. So I have a lot of stuff coming up in the next 6 months. I want to get going on all of it. So please like, subscribe, share, favorite, tell all of your spiritual groups on Facebook. Say, hey, listen to this. This is a really cool channel. It's a cool podcast. Anchor.fm/metaphysical is the main one, but I'm also available now that I'm syndicated. I'm available on all podcast players, apps, and platforms. And if I'm not, I will be soon. I'm on probably 95% of them now. Anyway, I want to thank you. Thank you for being here. I will be here tomorrow again, God willing, and the creeks don't rise and the internet being 100% connected. I'll definitely be here in those cases. With all the unique programming, just like every day. Anyway, I'm done talking. Signing off. I'm signing off now with peace and joy and the high vibes of the holy fifth dimension. Until next time, guys. Peace. Metaphysical Soul Speak is run on sponsors and listener support. This means listeners like you. If you are so inclined to support my efforts and my little podcast, please visit me at anchor.fm/metaphysical and pledge an amount of your choosing today. Thank you.